Back now for more Bay Sunday. She was inspired by her father as a young girl to become an engineer, a degree from Virginia Tech. Well, that took care of that. But this young lady wanted more. She switched from civil to software engineering, eventually became a star student at the App Academy, and later joined Lookout, a leader in mobile security, and now is blazing a trail for women in engineering. Aptly named a Femgineer. Pleased to have Stephanie Shoup with us this morning. How are you?
Hi, I'm
Great
good.
to have you.
Thanks for having me.
So what was this fascination about engineering?
So from a kid, I really just wanted to know how things worked and figure out how to improve the world and the pieces that were in it. So that got me started with my dad, like working in construction, and that's what kind of drove me to do civil engineering because it was very comfortable.
I was a gym rat. I was always in a gym hand. You were kind of a construction rat. You would go with your dad at 10 years old and just say, how did they do that, Dad? How does this connect, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it was dirty with a hard hat down on the ground.
And now you decided to move out of civil engineering after a couple of years. How come and go into software?
Yeah, so civil engineering has a lot of politics and policy involved besides the engineering part. And honestly, I just wanted to get back to solving problems, being creative. And I honestly saw that there's a big trend and push for technology. And so I wanted to get in and be a part of that. So I moved to San Francisco, learned how to do software development through a program called App Academy, and then started working at Lookout, where I do software engineering.
And App Academy, is this like the rising bunch of people that are going to design the apps of the future? It must be pretty
There's
pretty
so
creative.
many of these types of, they're called like boot camps, and there's so many of them. They range from like 9 to 12 weeks. They have a variety of different offerings. Some are specific to women, some are just kind of open. They're very competitive,
right,
and they cost a lot of money, but in a matter of weeks you can honestly get a job as a software engineer, which I think is great considering we need more and more of that with the tech industry the way it is right now.
Now, we're calling you a Femgineer.
Yeah.
Kind of blazing a trail for women, because there's not a lot of women engineers, right?
Right. Yeah, we're trying to improve that with Women Who Code. So I'm the COO of Women Who Code, and our mission is to connect more and more women. Our goal is to connect 5 million women, ideally, and by connecting more women, hopefully we can have a better community and more support so that those numbers kind of go up. From what I've seen, it seems about 12% of women are the engineers at any given company, and that's kind of average.
So
you can
for
be
every
lower.
10 engineers, there's usually a little more than one female there then,
Right, yeah.
Is that a little daunting at times?
It can be. Even as a civil engineer, I was a minority in the room, so I've kind of gotten used to that, but it can be daunting. I think the main thing that a company can do is to kind of address the situation and make women or whatever minority that's in the room feel comfortable. So Lookout's done a really good job of that by getting involved with women in tech, and they even had a STEM day for the Women's History Month that brought girls in and taught them about science, tech, engineering, and math, what STEM stands for, and we got to interact with them. They've also helped a lot with me and organizing Women Who Code.
And not only women your age in their 20s, but younger, high school kids too, that you can get motivated and act as a mentor, right? Yeah,
there's really 2 problems with women in tech today. There's one that's activation, just getting people in the door, but retention is a bigger problem. So once women hit a certain career change, it's possible to kind of leave the tech industry if it's not supportive enough. So I think companies are trying to be more aware and supportive of that by giving some different career options and lifestyle changes for those things.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I probably should. Women that code, people that code, you're actually developing the computer science behind an application, right?
Right, yeah. We're writing the lines of code that become software.
How do you do that? I mean, I took some computer science classes moons ago, but say you have a concept for an app, how do you start?
Yeah, so it's really just instructions. It's like an instruction manual. So if I knew how to speak to you, I could tell you, hi, I need you to do X, Y, and Z, and in this order, and I'm expecting this result. That's really what you need to do to understand how to write the instructions for a computer to understand and perform the tasks that you want it to do. So it's basically like learning a foreign language.
Yeah. I didn't learn it very well. What if we got some young ladies out there, maybe high schoolers or college gals that want to follow in your footsteps? What advice would you give them to take in school and to pursue their careers?
Definitely don't be afraid to be one of the only women in the room in an engineering class or math class. I definitely was, but that didn't stop me. And also take advantage of some of these like great STEM opportunities that are happening at different companies and organizations. Women Who Code is a great one for once you're kind of out college age and above. We have free classes each week. People can come. It's an open environment, and we're open to anyone who identifies as a woman.
Very good. I bet your dad's proud of you.
Yeah.
I bet he is. All right, so nice to meet you.
Great, thank you.
Thanks for coming in. If you'd like more information about Lookout, log on to lookout.com. That's lookout.com. More Base Sunday right after the break. Stay right there, folks.